Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jay-Zon, and today we've got a Division A match, Heavy Slaps versus Pepegas on Ice. And we're going to take you quickly out to the map view. We just finished up with the coin toss, and Pepegas did indeed win the toss and take first pick. Heavy Slaps then banning out Dragonshire, Battlefield of Eternity, and then Pepegas banning out Braxis Holdout and Towers of Doom. So how's everybody doing tonight? I am ready for some fun games. It looks like these guys are already setting up the lobby. Very efficient, very professional bunch. Look at that, all 5 members already in. I personally am having a wonderful night. I don't know about y'all, but it's a nice Wednesday. It's very cold, so here I am bundling with my cats. I got 2 kitties laying on me. I know I've got Ysera listed as my co-caster, because she's always here with me, even when I got, like Rabbit or somebody who's actually going to help me co-cast. But I always got my catster with me, but I've also got Kalikos with me today. So both of them are just completely dead to the world asleep. Makes sense, because it's so cold. We gotta bundle up. But yeah, first map is going to be on Infernal Shrines. I'm going to let them know that the caster is ready to go. But I can't hit enter. This is a problem. How am I supposed to send a chat message in HOTS if I can't hit enter? They really need like a send message button. Alright, I'm going to try to do this without disturbing the cat. Oh, got another. There we go. We got it. We got it done, fam. Looks like I just got confirmation that Rabid will likely be joining me for the 8 o'clock one. My team's also hanging around, wanting to play some games tonight, so I might be trying to wiggle a couple of games in here between my double header we got going. We got this Division A matchup starting up for you, but I've also got an 8 o'clock match tonight. Take a look. 8 o'clock match. Nope, not the caster dashboard. I want my cast. My cast. Yep, Yep, I've got Division B West. Cats on my keyboard versus Roll1 Esports. Gonna be casting some fun. A bunch of people that I know. I've was in a division playing against Cats on my keyboard a couple seasons ago, and long history with Roll1 Esports, especially my good buddy Mongoose, who's joined that squad. But I've been playing against Roll1 Esports since like season 4 or something. It's crazy. I always thought it would be fun to be on Roll1 Esports. Maybe one of these days. Alright, so it looks like we are just about ready to get into this game. And I know you guys must miss Rabbit. Sorry, you guys are stuck with me for this first cast. You gotta listen to my dumb voice the whole time. But that's okay. We'll have some fun. We'll enjoy some Europs o de Storme. I'll see which one of these 2 teams can slap each other harder. My bet on Heavy Slaps. As long as they don't trip and fall on the ice. Alright, so in we go. Infernal Shrines, map number 1. By the way, I want to give a shout out and a congratulations to the 2 new members of the NGS board. Very cool to see some new blood running the show. Gotta give a big credit to my 2 regen fam faves, Murda and Mongoose. They've been board members for as long as I can remember, so good for them. taking a step back, focusing on some other things, but still hanging around, I'm sure. We thank them for their service. Well, let's get on into the draft here. So Infernal Shrines, big focus here on this map on wave clear. The shrine objective, all those little shrine monkeys, you really want to be able to knock those out. Vala and Johanna, the first two bans. Not a big shocker there. I do, you know what I didn't do? I do want to make sure that I've got these teams on the right side. I often forget to check that. Usually they're pretty good about making sure the home teams are on the correct side. But you know what? I like to do my due diligence and make sure that I don't have it all mixed up the whole draft and game. So let's see. Heavy Slaps. De La Soak. He's on the left. Yes, that is correct. We're good. Alright, so Tychus is going to be the second ban out for Pegasus. Or I'm going to say Pegasus all night, but Pepegas. And we're going to see Heavy Slaps banning out the Junkrat. So big wave clear heroes. And Anduin going to be the first pick for POI. I might try out POI and see how I like that. That might be better. Got a lot of Pepegas fans hanging around in the chat. We've got Brightwing and Leoric coming out for the 2-3. Brightwing, of course, one of the premier healers in the game currently. And Leo, just an all-around good solo laner. Very safe in that bruiser role, being able to avoid most ganks that come his way. There's your wave clear for Pepegas as they grab up the Kael'thas and a Nubarak. Very good zoning hero, and I don't think a Nubarak gets enough credit on this map for how much his beetles can help with the push, and also can even help defend a little bit if the other team gets the Punisher here. His burrow charge to get the unstoppable after baiting it over the wall can be very strong, especially for pulling it to a deeper keep if they do end up getting to the keep. Maybe pulling it to mid from either the top or bot lanes. But we are going to see Dahaka and Diablo banned out. Hating on the D heroes. Two more picks coming up now after our final bans now. For Heavy Slaps, they'll need a tank. They'll need a couple of damage dealers. Muradin going to be the pickup as most of the strong tanks kind of taken out here early in the ban phases. Tassadar going to be the wave clear. Imperius going to be the solo lane pickup. Good ability to zone. And Zeratul, so going to be doing a little Tassadar hunting here. A little Protoss on Protoss violence. Coming in hot. One last pick now. What will be the final pick for Heavy Slaps, I wonder? I mean, just the name alone makes me want to think that they definitely want Stukov, but that doesn't really fit with their draft, so they're going to pick up the Raynor instead. So they've got the big burst AoE damage in the Tassadar, and now we're going to have Raynor. Raynor, kind of the enhanced lane minion. Has the ability to split push very well. But I'll give him credit, you know, he can clear on the shrine as well. Doesn't do as much sniping or AoE clearing, but especially if he goes Exterminator, he can really contribute to it for sure. And I hope you all enjoy the game and the chat. I will see you all in chat after the game because we have established that the hamsters that are running wheels in my computer are not strong enough for me to run Chrome and OBS and Heroes of the Storm and Discord, which I'm not even technically using Discord right now, but that's not really the point. But let me know what you guys think. Who you think's gonna win? Don't forget to cheer for your favorite team. And let's get on into game number 1. On the left, we've got Heavy Slaps. We've got De La Soak on the Muradin. We've got Kala playing the Rainer. We've got Protoss Rule on the Tassadar. No shock there. We've got Mega Kill on the Brightwing. And we've got Mezos on the Leo. Meanwhile, on the right, we've got Pepegas on Ice. Thorin's going to be on the Imperious. We've got Silpharena on the, looks like, it's hard to tell exactly. There we go, on the Kelthos. Tom again's going to be on the Anubarak. We've got Jakez on that Anduin. And rotating down bot, we've got Zero on the Zeratul. The Zero Tool, if you will. Side of Pepegas playing very safe here in the early game, very like incredibly safe. not even wanting to go in a couple inches into the lane there. I do see that Muradin is stacking. Got that Stormbolt stacking quest. So, ace in the hole we're seeing here. So this is not going to be the extra clear on the Shrine. And I try to get that extra damage off of the slows, though. Big damage coming down onto Anduin there, but he's able to walk away. Chunked as he might be. Up top, we've got our solo lane matchup. Starting off strong. Mezos dealing a nice amount of damage there to Thorin's. Gonna have to back up there on the Imperious. Both teams gonna grab out their camp pretty quick. Zero scouting out. De La Soak does find him, forcing the blink out. But he will warp back in. Getting a little damage out. Bomb goes out onto Muradin. Nothing that De La Soak can't handle, though, with a few ticks of that passive from Brightwing and some healing coming in from that that passive that he's got. Second wind. There it is. Oh, there's the stun to interrupt the jump. Root's gonna come out. There's the jump. Along with the not the polymorph, but the phase shift. Keep him nice and healed up. Camp grabbed on the bot side for Heavy Slaps. They'll have a little bit of a rotational advantage here. A little bit of damage on this bottom wall. Nothing to write home about, but doesn't hurt. Shrine popping in the mid lane, and immediately you see Kala going up to the top side. Get this cleared. Pepegas a little bit slower on the rotation. Gonna take a little while for Anduin and Anubarak to get this done. Well, there's the polymorph. Zero gonna have to walk away from that. Camp grabbed right, synced up with the start here. And it'll be marching in the top lane. Pepegas holding theirs back a little bit further into this objective phase. So that means that this camp will push up probably a little more in top lane, but should be fairly even as the lane was already pushed up. We'll have to see if either one of those camps went out up top. Meanwhile, big engage coming down. But Leo's got that Wraith Walk to get on out. He says, no thanks, I'm good. Heavy Slaps getting an early lead, but Pepegas catching right back up. No problems there. Brightwing getting the polymorph down onto Tomjin. He's pretty low in the back. Going to have to step out, but there's the pull onto Torrens. He had seen an opportunity to get a big spear, but a lot of return damage coming out. And now Heavy Slap's going to take a small lead here on the Shrine. Both teams crossing the halfway point, but Heavy Slap's getting to 30 a lot quicker for sure. Living Bomb and a Zeratul back there onto Protoss Rule, but they turn around and kill the Zeratul for his trouble. 5 more needed for Heavy Slaps. They've still got the advantage on the Shrine, even though a lot of their clear from Tassadar had to step back, but they are able to finish it up. The phase shift even going to keep Leo alive as he rotates to top. Meanwhile, their Shaman camp did win in the top side, but not going to get too much value out of that. And there is the bait and switch there from Tomgin, pulling the Punisher over the wall. As Heavy Slaps rotating just 3 to the mid lane push. They're going to get that mid wall opened up. Meanwhile, Zeratul rotating down, but they're going to go ahead and ignore him. They're like, it's not worth it. And I get that. Not easy to pin down a Zeratul, even when you've got a polymorph and a hammer for him. Slight level lead here for Heavy Slaps. They got about a half level on their opponents at the moment. Both teams getting closer to that level 10 mark where we start really seeing the fireworks go off here with the heroic abilities coming into play. Both these siege camps in mid going to be scooped up by these squads. A little bit more of a mid lane push here as camp has been activated and Jimmy does have the ability to inspire these minions to get them to push a little extra. You see the retreat pings coming out as Pepegas rotating in with the defense. Heavy Slaps very close to level 10. They're going to pick it up down bot here. You see their selections popping in. We've got Avatar, Archon, Blink Heal, and Tomb. And it is going to be Hyperion from Raynor. 10's grabbed quickly on the other side. So for Pepegas, we're going to see Light Bomb along with the Angelic Armaments. Phoenix, Cocoon, and Might of the Nerazim, but it's not going to be mighty enough. Zeratul gets caught out between the mid and top lanes in rotation there. That's going to be the second kill of the game for Heavy Slaps. And Tomb comes out onto KT, and everybody's going to start hitting their R buttons. Nice pull from Anduin. The stun does come down, though, keeping him locked into that Psy Storm. But even for all those heroics, both teams going to stay alive through that encounter. But decent amount of siege damage done to the mid, and it looks like Pepegas still wants to pursue this. But there is the turnaround with the wall and the Psy Storm coming down. But still, this is a 3 for 5, so Heavy Slap's going to walk away. But they are getting some, we're getting some heavy mop slaps on the top side as Mezus is going to get himself that front wall opened up. Also some damage down on the bot side, but camps can be grabbed by both squads here. Objective Shrine is down on the bot side, so good time to grab that camp so it can counter push. Zero, once again, going to be discovered, but not quite enough to really follow up on him there. Still about a half level lead for Heavy Slaps as they are heading into the Shrine phase. They're getting pretty close to level 13. I wonder if they're going to want a hard engage on this. They do still have Leo up top, but this is all 5 members of Pepegas on ice. We do see the pull in from Anduin to keep Tomgin alive. And they are going to start catching up on this, but down bot, we'll see them pick up level 13, and Leo is on the flank. Torrens did a nice job of zoning him out, but there is the kill onto a Nubarak right before that light bomb comes down. Torrens spearing in onto Kalamanzi, but not going to be able to have enough follow-up. And the charge in, I don't think Torrens is getting out of this alive. So Heavy Slaps taking advantage of that 13 talent tier, playing very patiently. But boy, when they needed to hit the go button, they hit it hard. And they're going to get themselves not only this shrine out of that, but they'll steal the mid camp, get a little pressure there. And yeah, De La Soak is going to find Zero down here and say, hey, thanks for the camp, bro. As Protoss Rule follows them in, and they're going to steal away that camp off the invade. Mega kill, finishing out the shrine. They're going to have themselves the Frozen Punisher. Frozen, probably one of the more difficult ones to deal with for the defensive team. Also gets a lot of extra push ability because it freezes up all of the defensive structures periodically. They had already opened up that bottom wall on the bot side. Here comes the Hyperion to aid in this push. The dive in and then the root. Thorin's not able to get the charge out there. And yeah, this is still a 60% health Punisher. Again, shutting down. It does dive in, gets Anduin. The wall doesn't quite catch him, however. For now, they bait it towards the core, but this is going to be the first keep of the game down here in the bot lane for Heavy Slaps. Zeratul ends up falling. Now we will see the members of Heavy Slaps making their way out. They don't want to overstay. They do manage to get level 16, but realistically, they were never going to go core there, so might as well rotate out and start your macro game. Really like that. That's nice, swift call. Thorin's going to clean up the bot lane. Tomgen just trying to hold whatever bush they can over here. Feels like they're going to be stuck in base for a little while. They've got over a full level so they can get these level 16s in. Zero porting around, trying to harass Protoss Rule, but going to end up finding out there. There's the pull on to Torrens to get him out of the entomb, but that is Leap of Faith down. The big cooldown gone here. Well, here's Hyperion in the mid. They're going to continue sieging. They do have one of these Khazra spear throwers still alive, but it's not going to be enough for them to hang around too long here, even with the 16 talent tier. Next shrine is going to be popping in the mid lane, so having that mid wall opened up, nice and advantageous for Heavy Slaps. They've been kind of in the driver's seat this whole game, 7-0 on the kill counter. They definitely want to keep that going. Meanwhile, looking for the first kill, gonna find it. So, Pepegas gets on the board with the Leo kill. Helps him get to 16 a little quicker. I mean, people will say that the Leo kill doesn't really matter, but when you're 2 levels down, that XP boost can be very nice from that kill. Meanwhile, Heavy Slaps rotating around, getting all the camps taken. We should be hearing that ding any time now for the next objective. Team's going to clear up their lanes. Heavy Slap's going to focus their energy on pushing in this mid lane. Zero doing the Zeratul thing. Harassing, poking, chunking. Quick clean up in the top lane here for Heavy Slaps, and they'll likely rotate down to get a advantageous position on this next objective. De La Soak has been scouted out there. Does manage to get the Stormbolt out onto Zero. double roots and the light bomb as well. Big focus here onto De La Soak, but he's going to hit the Avatar, and it's actually going to be Kael'thas that is the first to fall, but Leo goes down in response. So a 1-for-1 early. Tauren's getting kind of low. Going to end up going down to the Protoss rule damage with that Archon. Zeratul soon to follow. And it's a 3 for Leo, which is an exchange that most teams will readily make without any compunctions. Kalamanzi pushing in the mid lane with De La Soak. They're trying to see if they can prep this mid lane for the final push here. Ooh, but there is the double stun into the double root. No damage to follow it up, though. Still a pretty clean exchange, but here comes the Hyperion. They've got Tassadar on the backside to finish that up. And here is the first real win opportunity. Win condition number 1 here for this game number 1. See if Heavy Slaps can execute it. They're waiting patiently for the Punisher to march his way down the lane. This is a Mortar Punisher, so you get a little extra siege out of this one. It is baited into the top side. We are going to see, though, the Entomb, the Polymorph, and Anduin just gets completely blown up there. Big damage also coming out on a KT. He's going to have to retreat to the Hall of Storms. Meanwhile, the core is being assaulted. It is already down to 25% health and falling. The Cocoon does come out on the backside, but this Punisher is still up, still hanging around, and more importantly, so is the Archon on the backside. And that is going to be game number 1, going over to Heavy Slaps here on Eternal Shrines. Very nicely done from both of these squads. Heavy Slaps kind of just, like I said before, they just kind of had that one, I feel like, in the driver's seat most of the game. And they did a great job of just not putting themselves in a situation where Pepegas could take advantage of it and get back into the game. And that's really one of the more hard things to do in Heroes of the Storm a lot of the time. There are a lot of comeback mechanics. By the way, Akhtar, thanks for running the predictions. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, it can be difficult sometimes to ask yourself, okay, what do we do now? Sometimes the right answer is actually nothing. You gotta play patiently, make sure that you're only acting when you have that advantage, and Heavy Slaps really did a great job of that this game. They waited until they had the best situation that they could find, and they engaged heavily on it when they did. I'm going to give you guys a quick snapshot of these talents. Let you guys know what these guys were building this game. Big stats, big heals coming in from Mega Kill, 61k healing. Protoss rule, just dealing all the damages. 4 killing blows, though, from Kalamanzi, doing a nice job of getting the finishing blows off of all that Tassadar damage. Leoric getting reasonably as much trait value as possible without being a hindrance to the team. But still 20k on the soak. Huge soaking stats there for Mezos. But I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to set up for game number 2, and we'll be back with the draft for game number 2 in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 2 of this best of 3 series. We're going to be going to Garden of Terror. Pepegas on ice. Once again, picking first pick. Heavy Slaps taking us to this Merc Heavy map. And once again, Pepegas on ice. Gonna ban out the Vala. Definitely one of the stronger heroes currently in the meta for Heroes of the Storm. Want to welcome everybody back from break, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Also, Ektar, it's true, I probably could find a way to dock Twitch chat onto OBS, but the last couple times I've tried to link my Twitch account with it, something's gone horribly wrong. I'll have to see if I can find a way to work that correctly. I don't know if it's like I skipped an update or something, but I'll figure it out someday. But for now, it just means I can't talk to you guys in the chat while we're playing the game. It's fine. That's what draft is for. I gotta focus on casting anyway. I don't got time to chat with y'all. We've got Brightwing, Dahaka, and Johanna thrown out here. So Joe, no big shocker. Both teams not wanting to see quite as much in the way of globals. We did see Dahaka banned out last game, but the Brightwing ban is new from Pepegas. Didn't want to see a repeat from that from Mega Kill this game. So that does leave the Junkrat open that was previously banned, so we are going to see Junkrat here for Pepegas this round. Really good wave clear hero. Can be very frustrating with his disruption and team fights. I see Mega Kill grabbing up the Anduin. Gonna have some mega pulls this time around. Now Protoss Rule gonna break his Protoss Rule and grab Sylvanas. Going rogue into WoW with that hero pick. So we are going to see Blaze and Rhaegar coming out for Pepegas as good wave clear heroes once again. We got 3 excellent wave clear heroes out already for them. New Barak going to be the ban out. So we're not going to see a repeat from that on Tanjin from the last game. And Leoric going to be the ban out on the other side. So multiple denials and stolen picks here in the first half of the draft. Begs the question, what solo laner are we going to see this time around? We're going to see Muradin once again for De La Soak. With Sylvanas here, we could see an AA hero or a mage. But we're going to let Kala wait till last, it looks like, because Sonya is going to be the pickup for Mezos. Still need to see... well, you know, Blaze could technically be a main tank instead of the double soaker, but that would require a swap after this draft is over. So I'm going to guess it's a tank and another damage dealer. So there is the Diablo for Tanjin. And Cassia going to be the pickup here for Zero. A little bit more straightforward damage dealer than last time with the Zeratul. Can definitely be good with the blinds against Sylvanas, Muradin, and Sonya. But it does give the opportunity for Heavy Slaps to maybe pivot with this last pick a little bit if they maybe want to go a little bit more ability damage. Nope, Tygus is going to be the pickup. Just forget what I just said. They're going to go full Tychus this time around for Kala. And there's the prediction. Thank you, Ektar. Who will win game number 2? Go ahead and put your doubloons on the line. Vote for your favorite team. Let me know who you think's going to win. And even before I close the window, I already see a ton of points going in for Heavy Slaps. I guess we'll see, won't we? As we get into game number 2. Definite wave clear advantage with this comp for the side of Pepegas. That's very important on this map. No bosses, but the map objective requires a fair amount of single target damage clearing, but most of the rest of it, all the different merc camps here, really put a heavy priority on your ability to wave clear. But let's get into game number 2 on Garden of Terror. We've got on the left Heavy Slaps. We've got Mega Kill on the Anduin. We've got De La Soak on the Muradin. We've got Kalamanzi on the Tychus. Mezos on the Sonya. And Protoss Rule going to be playing the Sylvanas. And on the right for Pepegas on ice, we've got Sylpharenia on that... what is that, actually? On the Junkrat. That's what it is. I never can tell what's going on with the Junkrat skins. But yeah, we got Tomjin on the Diablo, Torrens on the Blaze, Jake Yaz on that Rhaegar. Well, that doesn't really help, does it? There we go. And then we've got, let's see, who haven't I introduced yet? Oh yeah, Zero. Zero on the Cassia. There you go. Both teams going to go ahead and do some cheesing. A little extra cheesy when you've got the Sylv, but Pepegas not going to rotate to counter that Sylvanas push. Instead, they're just going to run it, literally, run it down mid. That strategy was so Div E that it was actually Div A. Is there even a Div E anymore? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. As long as it's not Div F, I'm just saying. Up top, we've got Sonya going up against the Blaze. Both teams rotating out for some early camp captures as that 1 minute mark pops up and those camps start populating. There are 6 on this map. Pepegas already working on their second. Slight level lead here for side of Heavy Slaps, but I think that's mostly working itself out as Diablo picks up all those XP globes in the top. Zero trying to put some pressure here in mid where this second camp is already going. Third camp started already for Pepegas while Heavy Slaps lagging a little bit behind on the camp takes. Pepegas gets all 3 here before the this first objective phase. See, definitely spawning on a very advantageous part of the map for Pepegas here. They're trying to organize these shamblers to where Jake Yaz can solo grab it, and they are able to do that. Up top, Torrens in pretty deep, getting some good damage with that push. And so far, a very strong early game coming in from the side of Pepegas. Heavy Slaps getting some good damage on the bot side, but actually no, I think a lot of that was actually not from the camp. It was from the early game push. Meanwhile, look at the invade coming in. No camps to grab on their side. But even that chain heal, not going to be enough to keep Diablo up. As a nice return damage there from Heavy Slaps. And they're going to get first blood once again here. The Junkrat was split out there. So the 4v5 up on the top side. Going over to Heavy Slaps. Level 7 is in for Pepegas. Just a little quicker. On this one, a pretty neutral location. De La Soak gonna try to grab a couple of the Shamblers. Calamanzi is on the cap, but Blaze gets in there with the interrupt. And I will say, one of the big things for Pepegas and their strategy here, they have a lot of options for interrupting this objective. Between the Junkrat, the Blaze, the Diablo with his fire. But Diablo's fire, not going to save him there. Is, yeah, just barely. Sony got that last bit of damage out from the poison on the spear. And Heavy Slap's going to use their... oh, no, I was saying they were going to use their team fight advantage to win this one, but hold on, it's not over yet. Junkrat's still hanging around. They've still got the poke. And Corin's going to charge to try to get out here, but once again, it's almost like as soon as Calamanzi has that trait available, it's like, okay, boom, let's get another kill. But this time, Kala will go ahead and complete that cap. And De La Soak getting a little bit low, but he's going to just have to walk away from the Junkrat here. Sylvanas not going to be so lucky on the top side, though. As Pepegas going to get themselves a kill. 3-1 on the kill counter. But slight lead in XP right now for Pepegas. Never mind, I take it all back. But that's going to work itself out with this giant wave on the bot side for Torrens. They're going to have a little bit of an advantage to the level 10s here.
Soon you will have another seed to gather.
The question now is, can Heavy Slaps get their level 10s in the next 23 seconds? They're working on a camp down here on the bot side. Going to give them a nice little chunk. So yeah, it does look like there's a good chance. Then he does scout out Tomgen there in the bush. Both teams going to grab their level 10s. We're going to see Bunker Drop along with the Apocalypse, Ancestral Healing, Riptire, and the Ball Lightning for Pepegas. Meanwhile, team fight starting up already here. Tomgen does get the Ancestral Healing, but still fairly low as he's trying to make it out. Does pop the Apocalypse before he goes down. Mega Kill gonna hit the Self, a Light Bomb, as they get the kill onto Cassia and Blaze. It's a 3-for-0 exchange. And they're gonna follow in the Junkrat as well, and I think they are gonna secure the kill? Maybe not. No, the Concussion Mine actually blew him into the corner there, but they didn't follow up on it, so Junkrat makes it out, keeps it a 3-for-0. But still, Heavy Slaps living up to their name right now. They're slapping Pepegas around in these team fights and definitely giving themselves an advantage. There's the pull to prevent the damage follow-up from that engage from Tomgen. Walk away from this 5-man ball of death in the mid for a little while, but then De La Soak says, hey, you know, we can stun this Rhaegar. There's the leap. Protoss Rule getting a little low on the backside from pressure from Zero. De La Soak going to have to try to jump out. The 3-man stun, big. And both these teams jostling back and forth, but no kills grabbed. Let's look over those level 10s, though, for Heavy Slaps before we get into another team fight. Avatar, Commandeer Odin, Leap, Light Bomb, and Wailing Arrow. All pretty classic heroes. I know all of these heroics. The last 5 or so that came out, though, don't ask me the name of those heroics. They're also just not picking many of the obscure ones this series, which is nice. Gonna be the first or the second pickup here for Pepegas on ice, but here comes the Riptire to finish off Sonya as this big 5-man dive train comes in. And they're going to be pushing with this camp in the top side. They're going to easily secure this fort and still have a massive wave down bot. Heavy Slaps does answer with a fort of their own, but the keep could be in play here if Heavy Slaps doesn't answer to this. Protoss Rule is backing. We will see a defense mounted here. De La Soak walking on in, throws the Storm Bolt. Tomgen gonna try to zone them back here. But the chase is on. The question is, how far does Heavy Slaps want to chase this into the lane? Push is gonna take down their wall. Meanwhile, here is the point. Next seed gets the objective. Right away, engage on to the members of Pepegas. Tomgen gets knocked down to half health, but Junkrat's going to lose it all. And there is the charge in from Tomgen, trying to zone the members of Heavy Slaps, but it looks like they are on the retreat for the moment. Without Junkrat, their ability to poke out this objective is severely reduced. Going to have to see if perhaps they want to try to engage on this anyway. There's the charge. Mega kill. Going to throw out the light bomb to pair with that dwarf toss. Ancestral comes out onto Zero, but that's not going to be enough to keep them alive against this big force of damage. Tomgen's going to go down right as Junkrat gets back into the mix, so that is a double kill for Heavy Slaps, and they've got him staggered now. Diablo is back up, but now with Quarter the Souls. Camp Steel on the bot side to coordinate up with the seeds coming out. So, here are the Garden Terrors, of which the map is, of course, named after. Here they come. Down in the bot lane is going to be the focus for Heavy Slaps. They do have Sonya up in the top side to get a little extra soak out of this objective, but the Sylvanas, the first to go down. Big focus from Pepegas on ice, and now they are on the chase. Diablo, gets interrupted by the Storm Bolt there. He was charging in full with that APOC combo, but gotta give a lot of credit to De La Soak for that one. Up top, Mezos going to go ahead and look to get that top fort. Meanwhile, funny enough, this giant actually survived past the Garden Terror. Was actually threatening that fort in mid.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Is it going to get it? Nah, not quite. Top fort does go down, and here comes Sonya. There's the light bomb hitting 3 off of that dwarf toss, and Sonya coming in with the leap. Is going to leap, only getting the Diablo, but Junkrat is already down, and now Pepegas once again on the retreat. De La Soak dwarf tosses and mounts, able to dodge a few of those dismounting attempts, but eventually walks into the wave, and there's just no way to avoid that one. But up top, Heavy Slaps has a big wave that is dealing some good damage. They're going to have to respond to this, but the keep front wall is down, so that is the top keep exposed. And right now, down Junkrat. We are going to see Heavy Slaps with the invade. The Stormbolt coming out on Diablo, kind of setting the edge there. He'll jump over the wall, and now they'll look to fight in the spell armor, which very good strat here for Heavy Slaps. They're going to try to push this in. Level 16s are here for Pepegas, so they can defend this. They're on the same talent tier. They don't want to take this fight in the spell armor. They take that down, and you see pretty much as soon as that spell armor went down, there's the engage. De La Soak going to get pushed in. Light Bomb going to come in, though, the turn. Nice cleanse coming in from Jake Yaz. Keeping Diablo moving through that stun. And now, it's Pepegas that's on the run. There is the APOC combo. Leap to try to counter it. De La Soak going to get that leap of faith, but Mezos leaped in. Doesn't have the leap out.
New follower detected.
Thank you very much for the follow. The Apocalypse Shovel. What kind of apocalypse are you digging up with that shovel, man? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
There it is. Gather the seed before your enemy.
This will be third seed for Pepegas, as the members of Heavy Slaps not even gonna bother trying to contest this one. Down Sonya, no big shocker there. But mid fort was already sneezable, so Pepegas gonna go ahead and rotate down and sneeze on it after stealing that top camp. And now they're gonna look to confirm the first keep of the game up here in top. They've got the siege camp, but the wave was pushed out to about mid lane. Here comes the Odin to try to aid here in the siege defense. Junkrat just throwing in grenades, just chipping away. Garden Terror has arrived, and the stun from the Garden Terror gonna force out that leap of faith. Junkrat Cassia, though, the first to fall as Heavy Slaps diving in past this Garden Terror. They may give up the keep, but right now they are getting kills. Ancestral not going to be in time to save Rhaegar. Torrens is going to go down, and just like that, it's a 4-for-nothing exchange for Heavy Slaps. Meanwhile, the clear comes out onto all three of these lanes. The Garden Terrors are down. Heavy Slaps are on the move. They've got Sylvanas, and they know this bottom keep is exposed. They're going to look to confirm the first keep themselves, and they may even look for more here. 30 seconds almost on the Blaze. 20 on the Rhaegar, and sure enough, they're positioning aggressively. De La Soak diving in. Shields are still here, and they've got very little in the way of the wave, but the Riptire actually dies before it has a chance to go off. There's the dive in and the crater. Second kill onto Cassia. Diablo does come back, but does not have the souls this time around. Down to 25 souls. Core down to 80%. Junkrat getting low. He's going to have to retreat to the Hall of Storms. They do manage the kill on Sonya, however. And Pepegas gets out the core defense. Odin gets pulled back there. And now it's Pepegas on ice. Maybe looking to make a rotation. Level 20s are in, however, for Heavy Slaps. Still a little over a full level, or Pepegas can get their hands on those storm talents. Words are hard. 16-5 on the kill counter. Heavy Slaps has been dominating the team fight game. And it's not to say that Pepegas hasn't been winning team fights, but I think the thing that Heavy Slaps is doing so well is when they start to lose it, they do a good job of disengaging decisively. You know, that's the big thing for them. They don't lose 2 or 3 heroes at a time. They're losing 1 hero, realizing that they can't really stick around, and they beat a quick retreat. They quickly advance in the other direction. Had multiple kills for Heavy Slaps this game. That's going to be the first seed for this set for Heavy Slaps. I'd be kind of surprised if we see another Garden Terror, but you never know. There's the leap, though. With that big light bomb and the crater, the Blaze goes down. Mezlos going to get pulled out that time around. Leap in, pull out. I like that a lot better. There's a joke to be had there, but I'll let your imaginations run wild as we see Diablo also falling. So a 2-for-0 for Heavy Slaps. They're going to look for a second keep here. Protoss Rule does have the shutdown onto the mid keep here. Zero hits the blind, and Concussion Mine gives essentially an extra dwarf toss to De La Soak. There's the leap once again with the crater. Rhaegar's going to go down. The healing comes in as well. to keep them alive. That's going to be another double kill for Heavy Slaps. They are kind of low with the Junkrat hanging out here, but they are going to start working on the shield. The shield falls, and this core is being melted with all 5 members here, and Heavy Slaps going to close out this series with a win here in Game 2 on Garden of Terror. GG, well played. Very strong performance from the Slapsters. But I give a lot of credit to Pepegas on that series. They always stayed in the game. You know, they were always hanging around. I feel like Heavy Slaps just kind of outplayed them. A lot of times when I lose a match, which has happened many, many times over NGS. Don't get me wrong. I've been around a while, lost a lot of games. I can kind of point at something that my team did and say, hey, you know, that we did that to ourselves. That was on us. But I don't think Pepegas really did that. I think Heavy Slaps just really played their comps proficiently, and they had good focus and good team fight objectives that they really took advantage of. Good coordination, and they just pedaled harder, you know? Very nice series. I'm going to go ahead and reach out to the captain for Heavy Slap, see if he wants to do a quick interview. Give you guys a quick look at these talents so you guys can see what everyone was building into. We never got the Junkrat level 20. Bad. We'll never know. The world may never know. 90k healing for Mega Kill once again. Doing the right things this match. Getting the job done on the healing meter. Protoss rule with actually the top soak. Saying, hey, Mezos, what's up, man? What you doing? Here, I can complete the prediction. Well, you know, I'm not hearing back from Heavy. Oh no, yeah, there it is. All right, it looks like we're gonna get Kala. I was about to say I'm done waiting, but no, they got back to us.
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
Welcome, welcome. Congratulations on your big win.
Thanks.
So how's the team feeling? Week 2, big
I've
win.
played on both of these teams, and they're both full of great people. Both have had many roster changes and div changes, so still like getting used to it. If that makes sense. I'm fully on the roster like yesterday.
There you go. Well, you're jumping in at the right time. It seems like good momentum, a good momentum gain here early in the season.
Yeah. We've had like some role trouble. Like I don't normally play damage, but NGS is a great place to learn how to play the other roles and
Sure.
just get better at the game.
Well, yeah, for me also personally, it's the best way to enjoy the game. So it's always nice to have a group of people that you can play with, and like you said, it's a great place to swap around and experiment to see what the best team comp is, or best composition of your players for each one of those roles. So what were some of the other compositions that you guys have tried that you didn't really click as much?
Well, for Garden, we wanted to do something that uh inadvertently got countered immediately. So we just changed our entire plan. It was just like a few bruisers and something else. Tankless, basically.
Tankless would be interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of tankless games. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you go double support, it can be kind of fun.
All right, so you guys had last pick in that game number one. What prompted you guys to pick the Rainer in response to that Zeratul pick by Zero near the end of that draft?
Well, I actually wasn't originally going to play Tassadar, even though I showed it, or I picked it. So we were mostly using the Rainer as a flex pick for me. Things that I'm comfortable playing. We're kind of looking for something auto attack, so that's just what I ended up picking. I think auto attackers generally work kind of well into like Nibrak, and then we have like Rainer Q for Imperius. It's a good utility pick as well as an auto attacker.
Yeah. And tell me a little bit about your guys' process in game. It seemed like you guys, you got an early advantage, and it just seemed the macro calls were very clean. You guys just kind of kept your foot on the pedal the whole game. Who's your shot caller, and how do you credit that momentum just staying in place the whole match?
I think everybody's kind of shot calling. Like, we're all kind of like responsible for like getting the soak or taking the cams. If somebody's doing the cams and somebody else is kind of getting the soak, right? Or like somebody's calling out who they see on the map on the other team, which helps us a lot with our macro. If we see that there's like two people on the other side of the map, then we use R4, to get value elsewhere.
Very nice. And
Our
game.
shot caller is like mostly the tank, Soak, who's pretty good at it, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And I that's so nice when you have your tank as the main shot caller, because theoretically you want the tank leading you around anyway. Yeah, so if he's the first to respond, then that works out usually. So immediately in game one, both teams just decided to run it down the lane.
Game two, actually.
Yeah, sorry, game two. Yes. What was your guys? Were you guys surprised when you guys had cheesed bot that they were just running it down mid
for free? Oh no, we're like slower. So yeah, we definitely double backed. And was like, this would be the fastest forward takedown ever, and be very embarrassed if that actually happened.
Yeah, just I gotta give a lot of credit. A lot of teams, when they see that Sylph cheese, they panic and run to the other lane. And these guys were like, "Nah, we got this." Just ran it right down mid.
They had that much siege damage. I mean, like with Cassia and Junkrat.
Yeah.
And I guess Blaze does a lot as well.
Yeah, it's not what I would consider loud siege damage, right? Like, there are certain heroes that just scream siege damage, like Sylph.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they all had a 2, so overall it was it was a lot higher than you'd expect.
Mm-hmm. Well, now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know who wins that structure race at level 1.
Now tell me a little bit about your guys' team fighting as well, because I feel like the biggest difference in that game too was how often you guys were able to secure double and triple kills over the other team. Because it's not like you won every team fight, but you guys just seem to win your team fights so harder. How did you guys accomplish that?
Well, I think it helped that one in draft, I was able to last pick Tychus into like Blaze and Diablo, and I think it works even well also into Cassia because she has armor. Um, and another is that they're like basically 4 melee, uh, and we have like leap, light bomb, um, lots of stuff to like stun all of them. And I think our combo was pretty potent. Not that they didn't have one, but I feel like we executed ours as we wanted to.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's pretty much all the questions I had. But what I do want to definitely thank you for coming in for the interview and hanging out for a little bit after the game. And congrats on the big win. But before I let you go, I'd be remiss if I didn't give you the floor for some shout-outs.
Oh yeah. So shout out to Whipple, our sports drink sponsor.
Nice.
And both teams. Both teams have I've been playing with all of these people, and they're all really great people. Shout out to Heavy Slaps for picking me up. They had to decide between a few people, and I'm glad they thought that I could bring something to them. Thanks for casting. As a caster, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And welcome back to casting.
Thank you. It's been a fun return. A lot of great people here in NGS. I always love being a part of the community, and the interviews are fun too because I get to actually do these one-on-ones with people that I may never otherwise get to really talk to. So
yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much.
yeah, absolutely, and thanks for coming in, and congrats again on the win, and good luck on the next one.
Thank you.
Alrighty, well that is gonna do it for me for now, guys. But I'll be back in just a little bit. We've got an NGS Storm Division match that we're gonna go ahead and host over to Orsmanthus. We're gonna raid. We've got a Dead Gaming versus Vendetta. But I do definitely want to thank you guys for coming out and watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for the follows. And you know what? Actually, I can go over these real quick while we're setting up this raid. Looks like they're in game 3 for that match. And there you go. Circle of 11. Thank you for the follow. And also De La Soak and the Apocalypse Shovel. Thanks again from that follow earlier. And for any of you guys that are watching, do feel free to hit that follow button. Come on back for some more NGS action. I'll actually have another match for you guys out of the B West Division here at 8 o'clock. So feel free to double back after you watch this next one. But until then, for the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jayzon, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.